Hey everyone, welcome back. This is gonna be a review over a film I just got done watching, and I've got a smile under my face, and I should not be smiling at this movie. But the movie I'm gonna talk about is Sloppy the Psychotic. I pushed off this film repeatedly, like I was I was avoiding this film like the plague because I saw a trailer for it and I was like, looks too cheap. And I'm not against cheap movies, but the trailer made it look really, really cheap. But the movie itself has really good production quality. And it's only 75 minutes, so you can't say it's too long of a movie. It doesn't drag either. It's gory. It's written, directed, and starring Mike O'Malley. He plays the character Mike, aka Sloppy the Psychotic. He's pretty much a down on his luck man just trying to make ends meet with his job as a birthday party clown. And his first job, from what we see, his first clown job is going to this woman's house, and this little girl is drawing a picture, and it says no, and it's got a picture of the girl holding the hand of a clown, and Sloppy, aka Mike, ends up saying, "Listen, you shouldn't be doing that." And then he tries to take the paper away, and then the girl's mom comes in, and this girl's mom is a bitch, but it's understandable. It's understandable. But the way she handled it was just, ugh. She was like, "Get your hands off my kid! Get your hands off my kid!" She pretty much kicked him out, and so uh, Mike ends up going to his job, like the place that hires the birthday clowns. He gets fired. Um, and the boss seems very nice about it at first. Um, and uh, he's like, "You'll find your check. You'll find your last payment check in the mail at your mom's house because he lives with his mom and dad." Um, and so we never do get to see what Mike's mom and dad look like. So you just hear their voices. You don't see them. Like you just hear them in the distance. Um, I should point this out right away. This movie will piss off the parents. I forget what it's called. It's like some sort of entertainment board for parents uh, to patrol what their kids watch. This is this movie is gonna piss them off if they ever find it in like a Walmart, which I highly doubt it would ever be in a Walmart, but you can get it at Best Buy, and Best Buy is a pretty big name store. Uh, so, anyways, if they saw even, it doesn't get really interesting, well, brutal until around the 45-minute mark. But there are kills within like the first 27 minutes. So yeah. Anyways, Mike gets fired, and he ends up going on a drinking binge, like any sane person would just try looking for another job and drinking a few beers in the process. But he just decided to go on a drinking binge with one, not really a drinking binge, but one bottle of it was either whiskey, vodka, or beer, one of the three. And he's just chugging on it, and then he falls asleep, wakes up, and there's a woman, a beautiful young woman, in his bed right next to him, and I'm like, hey, when did this happen? And then you start to realize this chick's dead, and then it intertwines with two scenes in one scene, like it's the scene that's going on right now, and then it shows a flashback of what happened last night, the night before. He pretty much fucked the girl and punched, pretty much not really a hole through her head, but like punched her temple enough to where it cracked her skull. So what he does, he locks her body up in uh, one of those boxes for to put your clothes in and whatever. Most people use those kind of boxes as a toy box. It's like a lock box, really big. Well, anyways, he puts her in that, and then the rest of the movie is just Mike just killing everybody. There's not much to this movie. Did I like it? Yeah, I did. Uh, would I buy it? Yeah. The price is right on Amazon. $8. That's not too bad for the movie. Come to think of it, it would be come out to be $12. So yeah, still worth it. Um, the the cover lies. It says lots of boobs, lots of blood and gore. There is a little bit of blood and gore, but there's more blood than gore, if that makes sense. And there's really only one scene of female nudity and two scenes of male nudity. And there's this one part, and I just cracked up laughing at this. Um, a woman is giving her boyfriend a blowjob, and you just see the shadow, and his penis looks like a pencil. And I'm just like, what? And anyways, uh, this death I have to talk about because I thought it was pretty cool. It was an original death, which I love original deaths when it comes to slasher movies, especially in killer clown movies. So, anyways, Sloppy or Mike ends up taking the cane. Sometimes circus performers have canes and stuff. Well, he takes that cane, shoves it right through the guy's ass, goes through his penis, and the out of the girl's back of the head. Think about that. A cane going into a man's ass, going out through the penis, and into the girl's head. Like, think that in for a minute. That's pretty damn cool. Uh, I've never seen a death like that. I've seen a lot of blowjob deaths, because, hell, I've watched a lot of horror movies in my day, both extreme horror, classic horror, like stuff like Black and White Days, 1922, uh, year movies. I've watched all sorts of movies. And this is not the worst. Like, if I had to say which one had the bigger budget, Mr. Jingles or Sloppy the Psychotic, I'd have to say Sloppy the Psychotic, and even that is saying, because Sloppy the Psychotic is a shorter movie, like 5 minutes shorter, I think, than Mr. Jingles, because Mr. Jingles I only think is like 81 minutes. So yeah, Sloppy the Psychotic is 74 minutes. Sorry if I said 75, but anyways, just 7 minutes longer. Uh, 7 minutes shorter than Mr. Jingles. But Mr. Jingles is a good movie, even though it's terribly bad in every way. I enjoyed it. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, and I don't use that term a lot, but it's a guilty pleasure. But this film isn't a guilty pleasure. I liked it. I'd I'd like to watch it with some of my friends someday. Maybe I could have a night where we watch a whole bunch of killer clown flicks and we choose on a scale of 1 to 10 what's our favorite one. But nothing compares to Stephen King's It. That is probably my favorite killer clown movie. Other than Killer Clowns from Outer Space, but you already know that. I've reviewed both of those movies. I've reviewed Jingles the Clown. I've reviewed Killjoy, Killjoy 2, Killjoy 3. I've reviewed Stitches. Mm, I've reviewed Twist Metal 4, even though that's not really a Killer Clown movie. It does have a Killer Clown in it, Sweet Tooth, even though he's not really described as a Killer Clown, but yeah, that's another story altogether. Um, I've reviewed Big Money Rustlers, Big Money Hustlers. If anybody remembers my very first review, it was over Big Money Rustlers. It's been that long, 3 years. Jeez. Feels like yesterday. But anyways, Sloppy the Psychotic. Um, I do have to talk about some of the sad things about it because there are some sad things about it. Uh, we get this scene where a guy he's like a teacher for special ed kids and special ed adults. So, anyways, he's taking them out for a walk, and at first you think this guy's a nice guy, and then he goes inside. We think he's just going in to get something. Oh, he's getting something, alright. He's getting some of that weed. So he leaves the poor the poor people there, and Sloppy ends up coming along and ends up looking over there in that direction, ends up running at fast speed, and the people they're playing around with dog poo, throwing it back and forth, and then one ends up going onto the road, and Sloppy repeatedly with the car. And he does that repeatedly to each of them. That's a scene that could have been taken out, but it's trying to be extreme. It's trying to be different. Well, there are ways to be extreme and be good, but this just wasn't good. This was just evil. And then we get to this scene. Well, this scene was, I think, earlier on. Uh, a guy is masturbating to a porno. What else? Um, and he's enjoying himself, and Sloppy ends up coming in, takes a big mini machete, like one of those mini blade type of things, cuts the dude's top of his penis off. You see everything. It starts pumping blood and everything. And Sloppy waits for the guy to die of blood loss, shoves the penis down his throat. So if you like gore, if you like offensive, if you like just overall brutality of human nature, check this movie out. I enjoyed it, but that doesn't mean everything about it was good. Like I said, there are two scenes, and they're pretty close together. Uh, the scene with the special ed people, I don't think we should have that in a horror movie. Like the brutal beatings of special ed people. Like I've helped special ed people in my school, And they're the nicest people you could ever meet. Like, I just felt like I was watching one of my friends get killed. And anyways, we we see a bunch of children die too. Like little kids, like 7, 8 years old, killed brutally. Like a little girl gets stabbed with a wooden pike. Uh, a boy gets poisoned with Ajax. You know that stuff that cleans your pipes in under the sink. Well, he pours that on a cake, and the kids started eating it and everything. And I'm like, oh, man. Sorry, I'm not crying. I'm just sniffling. But anyways, all the kids end up eating it, and the parents do too. But sadly, and needless to say, they pretty much puke their guts out. You don't see any organs coming out of the mouth, nothing like that, but you see blood coming out repeatedly and repeatedly. And this one mom, she was a total bitch to her kid. Like, the kid didn't even want to be at the party, which is understandable. I've been in that predicament before where I've been dragged to something I didn't want to go to. But, anyways, the kid seemed pretty nice. I mean, he seemed cocky, but he seemed pretty nice. Like, he was being nice in a cocky way, if that makes sense. But anyways, the mom is like, you're going to stay here and you're going to like it. And I would have been out of there because Sloppy ends up coming in for the party because the mom invited Sloppy to the party. So anyways, Sloppy brings along all his clown toys. He's modified them. Like, you know, the gun that squirts, pretty much a squirt gun, but it squirts bubbles. He replaced it to where, uh, it will shoot actual bullets. He takes a stuffed caterpillar thing, cuts it open, and puts a knife in it. So when he pushes a button on the stuffed caterpillar, a knife pops out. So he pretty much modifies his own deadly forms of weapons. So you do get original weapons too in this movie, but just sadly used on a scene that's not really needed. It's just there to make it more extreme. I don't know about you, but I've just never been into killing kids and everything. Like, there have been times when I've wanted to just, because kids annoy me sometimes, but I would never want to kill them, no. Even though my name's Psychopath1c, I am not in no way uh, gonna kill people, nothing like that. It's just me. My name's Psychopath1c for the fun. Uh, so, anyways, hopefully you all enjoyed my little review slash rambling of Sloppy the Psychotic. And I don't know what to rate this, but if I have to rate it like I normally do, I mean, I don't have to rate my videos, but I might as well rate this one too. I'm gonna give it about, getting sleepy. About an 8 out of 10. The thing that knocks off 2 points is those 2 scenes. Yeah. But the rest of the movie I thought was pretty good. there is cannibalism in it too. Like, he cooks up some nasty meals for the party he goes to. So, anyways, hopefully you all enjoyed my review over Sloppy the Psychotic, and I'll probably review it again on DVD if I ever get it. I don't have any money at the time, so if anybody wants to send it to me, go ahead. I'll try to send something back to whoever sends it to me. Like, that's the way I am. Like, if somebody sends something to me, I try to do the same for them. Like, I feel like I'm stealing from people when I do that. So, if you'd like to get your hands on anything that I own, feel free to just ask me and I'll work something out with you. But don't be touching my Killer Clown collection because I'm not giving away any of my Killer Clown stuff. Or my masks. Nobody's getting my masks. So, anyways, peace. Hopefully you all enjoyed this review, and catch you later.